Jennifer Hudson has never walked into a room unnoticed, not because she demanded attention, but because her voice carried a power impossible to ignore. Yet her rise to worldwide fame did not begin with awards, flashing cameras, or standing ovations. It began in Chicago, inside church choirs, surrounded by faith, family, and music that shaped her spirit from an early age. Before the world recognized her name, Jennifer was simply a young girl blessed with an extraordinary voice and an even greater determination. And that is what makes Jennifer Hudson's story unforgettable. It was never only about the music, the applause, the awards, or the fame. It was about perseverance. It was about a young woman from Chicago who refused to let rejection decide her future. A woman who stood in front of the world after heartbreak, loss, criticism, and disappointment, and still continued to rise. Most people would have allowed that American Idol elimination to define them. Many would have disappeared after hearing "no" in front of millions of viewers. But Jennifer Hudson chose a different path. She chose growth over bitterness, strength over fear, faith over doubt. And because of that decision, she transformed herself from a contestant people underestimated into one of the most respected and celebrated entertainers in history. Her journey teaches us something powerful. Sometimes life removes you from one stage because you are meant for a much bigger one. Jennifer Hudson was rejected by a television competition, yet only a few years later she stood on the Oscar stage, holding one of the highest honors in Hollywood. That alone is proof that delays are not always denials. Sometimes the path that hurts the most leads to the destination that changes everything. But what makes her story even more inspiring is that her greatest battles happened away from cameras and award shows. Losing her mother, brother, and nephew could have broken her spirit completely. Yet even through unimaginable grief, she found the strength to continue. She found healing through faith, family, motherhood, and music. Instead of allowing pain to destroy her purpose, she used it to deepen her voice, her character, and her impact on the world. That is why Jennifer Hudson connects with people so deeply. When she sings, people do not only hear talent, they hear survival. They hear experience. They hear emotion that cannot be faked. Every performance feels real because every chapter of her life has been real. The struggles were real. The heartbreak was real. The victories were earned. And then came the moment that placed her name into history forever, becoming an EGOT winner. Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. 4 of the biggest achievements in entertainment conquered by one woman who was once told she was not enough. Think about that for a moment. The same woman eliminated in 7th place became one of the rarest artists in the world. That is not luck. That is resilience meeting opportunity. That is talent refusing to quit. Jennifer Hudson's story is a reminder to every dreamer watching this video that rejection is not the final chapter. Failure does not mean your journey is over. Sometimes the world says no, simply because it cannot yet see the greatness inside you. But if you continue working, continue believing, and continue fighting through the difficult seasons, your moment can still arrive. And maybe that is the most beautiful part of her journey. Jennifer Hudson never stopped becoming. She continues to evolve. She continues to inspire. She continues to prove that true icons are not created in comfort. They are created through struggle, persistence, and courage. So the next time life closes a door in your face, remember Jennifer Hudson. Remember the young woman who walked away from disappointment and turned it into destiny. Remember the artist who transformed grief into strength. Remember the voice that refused to be silenced. Because legends are not remembered for the moments they fell. They are remembered for the moments they rose again. If this story inspired you, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another powerful journey behind the world's most inspiring artists, celebrities, and legends. We bring you the untold emotions, struggles, sacrifices, and victories that shape the people the world admires today. And now, we want to hear from you. What was the most inspiring moment in Jennifer Hudson's journey for you? Was it her rise after American Idol? Her emotional performance in Dreamgirls? Her strength after tragedy? Or her historic EGOT achievement? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters and your voice deserves to be heard. Also, if you know someone chasing a dream and struggling through rejection right now, share this video with them. Sometimes one story can change the way a person sees their future. Sometimes one reminder is enough to help someone keep going. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. And thank you for being part of this journey with us. Until next time, keep believing, keep dreaming, keep rising, and never let the world decide how far you can go. In 2004, she stepped into the audition room for American Idol. She had no celebrity connections, no powerful industry backing, and no guarantee of success. What she carried into that room was belief in herself. From the moment she began to sing, the atmosphere changed. Her voice was not only powerful, it was deeply emotional. She did not simply sing lyrics, she lived them. Every performance felt personal, every note carried emotion beyond her years, and week after week audiences became captivated by her presence. Judges praised her talent, viewers admired her authenticity, and the music industry slowly began paying attention. Then came the moment no one expected. Jennifer Hudson was eliminated from the competition while still in the top 7. The decision shocked viewers across the country and remains one of the most talked about eliminations in reality television history. Many people questioned how a voice so extraordinary could be sent home so early. But what appeared to be failure was actually the beginning of something much greater. Jennifer later explained that American Idol was never meant to be her final destination. It was only the doorway that introduced her to the world. Instead of allowing rejection to destroy her confidence, she used it to strengthen her resilience. She learned patience, endurance, and the truth that rejection does not erase destiny. 2 years later, destiny arrived in the form of Dreamgirls. In 2006, Jennifer Hudson was chosen to play Effie White in the film adaptation of the famous Broadway musical. It was a bold casting decision because she was still relatively unknown outside of American Idol, yet she would now stand beside global stars like Beyoncé, Jamie Foxx, and Eddie Murphy. The pressure was enormous, but once filming began, Jennifer delivered something unforgettable. She did not merely act as Effie White, she transformed into her. Effie's story required heartbreak, pride, pain, ambition, and emotional vulnerability, and Jennifer understood every layer of it because she had already experienced disappointment herself. When she performed the legendary song, "And I Am Telling You I'm Not Going," audiences witnessed more than a musical performance. It felt like Jennifer was pouring every painful moment of rejection, every closed door, and every silent struggle into that one scene. The performance was explosive, emotional, and unforgettable. Critics were stunned, audiences were moved to tears, and when awards season arrived, Jennifer Hudson won the Academy Awards for Best Supporting Actress. Just a few years after being voted off a singing competition, she stood on Hollywood's biggest stage, holding one of the highest honors in cinema. That Oscar represented more than success. It symbolized proof that setbacks can become stepping stones toward something greater. But life would soon test her in ways far beyond the entertainment industry. In 2008, during the height of her success, Jennifer Hudson experienced unimaginable tragedy when her mother, brother, and young nephew were taken from her in a devastating act of violence. The loss shook her family and stunned the entire nation. Suddenly, the fame, awards, and applause meant nothing compared to the pain she carried. Jennifer quietly stepped away from the spotlight, choosing healing and family over public attention. There were no dramatic interviews or rushed appearances. She disappeared from the public eye to rebuild herself privately. When Jennifer eventually returned to the stage, her voice carried a different kind of power. During her emotional performance of the national anthem at the Super Bowl, millions of people noticed the change. Her singing now held survival, maturity, grief, and strength. She was no longer performing only from ambition, she was singing from lived experience. Through faith, motherhood, and music, she slowly rebuilt her spirit. Pain did not silence her voice, instead it deepened it. That same year, she released her debut album, Jennifer Hudson, blending soul, gospel, R&B, and pop into a timeless sound that felt authentic to who she truly was. The album earned her a Grammy Award and established her as far more than an actress who could sing. Jennifer Hudson had become a complete artist. Her performances, whether honoring Whitney Houston or paying tribute to Aretha Franklin, were filled with sincerity, discipline, and emotional depth. Every note felt earned through experience and perseverance. As the years passed, Jennifer continued expanding her career. She returned to Broadway, acted in film and television projects, and explored new creative directions. Then, in 2022, she achieved one of the rarest accomplishments in entertainment history. After winning a Tony Award as a producer for the Broadway musical A Strange Loop and later earning an Emmy Award for Baba Yaga, Jennifer Hudson officially became an EGOT winner, one of the few artists to ever win an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Award. The achievement was not simply about collecting trophies. It represented years of discipline, resilience, vision, and relentless work. Her journey proved that talent alone is not enough. Greatness also requires endurance. Jennifer later stepped into daytime television with The Jennifer Hudson Show, revealing another side of herself. Audiences connected with her warmth, sincerity, and ability to truly listen to people. Whether speaking with celebrities or everyday individuals, she created conversations that felt honest and human. Her authenticity became her greatest strength, the same emotional truth that had always defined her music. Beyond entertainment, Jennifer Hudson also dedicated herself to giving back. In honor of her late family members, she created the Julian D. King Gift Foundation, helping children, families, and communities through education and support programs. Instead of allowing tragedy to define her story, she transformed pain into purpose. Her life became proof that true greatness is measured not only by achievements, but also by the lives you uplift along the way. Today, Jennifer Hudson represents far more than awards or fame. She represents resilience. Her journey inspires dreamers who feel overlooked, artists who have faced rejection, and people struggling to keep faith during difficult moments. From church choirs in Chicago to the biggest stages in the world, she transformed every obstacle into momentum. She did not allow rejection to define her future. Instead, she turned every setback into fuel for something greater. Jennifer Hudson's story reminds us that success is not built overnight. It is created step by step, challenge by challenge, moment by moment. She is not remembered for the night she was eliminated from American Idol. She is remembered for every moment she rose afterward. And even now, her story continues to grow, her voice continues to inspire, and her journey continues to prove that legends are not defined by where they begin. They are defined by how powerfully they keep moving forward.